Okay, what is up, everybody? Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Boy, what a day we've got ahead of us, folks. What a day we have in store. Whew, I'm Phil. Phil I am. And welcome to the big premiere stream of 2017. And I really mean that. The big premiere day of 2017 is what I meant to say. This is by far the biggest gaming day of the year. Of the entire year. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is correct. 3 major AAA new releases coming out all on the same day. Pretty wild, right? Pretty out of control. That for whatever reason, these game publishers decided to release 3 of the biggest games of the year all on the same day. Pretty much cannibalizing the market effectively. I mean, we've got 3 different audiences. We've got, you know, kind of major console players who have not played Assassin's Creed in a couple years, now coming back to the series, right? We've got Nintendo fans playing Super Mario Odyssey. And then we've got more old school hardcore FPS fans who just want to blow shit up playing Wolfenstein 2. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty damned crazy how stuff's going with gaming this year. So many good games, right? So many surprisingly good games. You know, a lot of games that maybe we didn't think were going to stack up to be pretty good ended up being quite good. So, last night at 9 p.m. my time, I played Wolfenstein 2 for 2 hours. And I picked a little bit harder than what was recommended as the default difficulty. I picked like 1 step up. And so I died a bunch, but I actually had fun doing it. The game was high-octane fun. Lots of, I almost said zombie slaying. Lots of Nazi slaying action. Already, some pretty good weaponry and other stuff in the game, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. That will continue tomorrow. For those who are wondering, Wolfenstein will be my featured stream tomorrow, okay? So, right now, we're going to be doing about 3.5 hours of Assassin's Creed Origins. The game that goes back to the beginning, a prequel, so to speak. And you all know my feelings about prequels. Let's face it, I've talked about this over the years, that prequels are kind of lame because when you do a prequel, you kind of know what's going to happen. You know, for example, that there will be Templars versus Assassins, and you know that there's going to be a setup to all the Abstergo stuff. You know that all that stuff is going to eventually happen because it's already happened, right? We've already seen it in previous games. So, that being said, you know, are we expecting much out of the plot of Assassin's Creed Origins? I don't know, but gameplay-wise, people who are already playing it are saying it's pretty much the best one in the series. You know, lots of good gameplay innovations. The combat's completely revamped. There's an eagle now that you use to tag enemies from the sky, and then they can fly and attack and stuff like that. So, pretty neat, pretty interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to Assassin's Creed Origins. Of course, you're going to have your group of naysayers who, ever since Assassin's Creed 3 and then Assassin's Creed Unity, are going to shit on Assassin's Creed every single year no matter what. No matter how good the game is, they got to say that Assassin's Creed is a failed franchise and Ubisoft ran it into the ground and yada yada yada. Listen, I play games on their own face value. I don't come in with preconceived notions of what a game should be or what a game is. So for me, I'm going to go into Assassin's Creed Origins with an open mind, and I want to see if it's any good. All right? Okay. Then tonight, ladies and gentlemen, later tonight, I'll be doing another stream of the other game everyone's talking about. A game that people are saying is a combination of Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, and Super Mario 64. With massive improvements, all kinds of open world fun. A truly innovative title, Super Mario Odyssey. I will be streaming that later tonight for about 2 hours, okay? Yeah, so pretty awesome that in one day, within 24 hours, okay, I am playing 3 brand new releases. That's wild. I can't even remember the last time where we had a situation where I was playing 3 new games in one day. I know it's happened before, because I remember in the hardcore gaming season this has happened before, but it's so rare that this happens that I can't even remember the last time. So, it's going to be a hell of a day, folks. It really is. It's going to be a heck of a day where, you know, I'm going to be doing my best to, you know, stay focused, not get tired, to really, you know, power through these new releases. The good news is because they're all new games, it's going to stay fresh. It's not like I'm playing the same game for 3 streams, you know what I mean? If I were playing the same game, I'd probably get burnt out, but because it is 3 completely separate and different games, I think that, it's going to be a fun day, okay? Now, tomorrow, FYI, tomorrow will be Wolfenstein on my main stream, and then Assassin's Creed Origins as my secondary stream. And then Sunday will be Mario Odyssey as my featured game, okay? Just clarifying that, because I know a lot of people are confused about what I'm playing when, because it's 3 freaking games. I understand. It's going to be tough, folks, because here's the deal. You know, 3 games, but I only do 2 streams a day, typically. So I can only play 2 a day. What I'm going to be doing is alternating between. In addition, what you guys got to remember is that coming this Tuesday, October 31st, is my Halloween Horror Marathon, where I'm going to be playing a marathon of horror games while in costume. And because of that, you know, that's another day away from these new releases. I'm honestly wondering, if I'm going to even finish any of these 3 new releases by the time that Call of Duty World War II releases on Friday, next Friday. I don't know. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity to finish any of them. Being that, you know, I know for a fact Assassin's Creed Origins is probably an incredibly long game. Assassin's Creed games typically are really long. Mario games in particular as well. These modern Mario games usually are pretty lengthy. Upwards of anywhere from, you know, say anywhere from 12 to 20 hours long. And being that this Mario game is open world and apparently there's side content and stuff, it could be even longer, right? And now, you know, Wolfenstein, I would assume, is probably the shortest of all 3. Now, keep in mind that Wolfenstein 2 is a game that is only a campaign. It does not have multiplayer. But from what people are reporting, Wolfenstein is anywhere from 10 to 15 hours long, depending on how good you are at it. And for those who were here last night for the premiere stream or saw the videos on YouTube, I was dying a lot. Because like I said, I picked a slightly harder difficulty than what it was the default suggested one. It was just fine, because it's not like I'm hitting a wall. But it is challenging. It's very challenging. You take damage a lot. And, you know, it's more like the old school hardcore FPS games where you really got to constantly keep moving in order to survive. You can't just stand there. You're not a bullet sponge that can just survive a million hits. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to finish any of these games before Friday with Call of Duty World War II. And honestly, folks, you know, Call of Duty World War II is actually, for the first time in a long time, Call of Duty is one of my most anticipated games of the year. And I really mean that, because I played the beta in the summer, and the beta was good. The beta was quite good. The multiplayer was really solid. You know, going back to old school World War II style weapons and everything was a much better gameplay experience than what we've experienced in Call of Duty in the past several years. I'd probably say this is probably the best Call of Duty game in the past 5 years, seriously. So that being said, I'm very excited for that. And the game's going to have not only, you know, robust multiplayer with tons of new modes and everything, but it's also going to have a campaign, and it's also going to have zombies. And then, only 3 days after, yes, only 3 days after the release of Call of Duty World War II, we've got Sonic Forces and Horizon The Frozen Wilds, Horizon Zero Dawn The Frozen Wilds, excuse me. And at that point, there's no way I'm going to be able to be caught up with all the games. There's just no way. We just got to face it that, there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to play everything. So more than likely what's going to happen is that week, which is going to be the second week in November, I'm probably going to play the new releases on their release day, and then those playthroughs are probably going to go on hold for extended periods of time until I start wrapping up games like Assassin's Creed Origins and Mario. And then once those are done, then I jump into the new releases. So November itself is a very busy month for new releases, and I'm probably not even going to be able to play every single one of them because of the backup, because of today. In particular, today is the reason. Today is like the bottleneck, with 3 games releasing on one day. So, yes, folks. Now, in addition to all of this video game hype that everyone is all excited about, for those of Netflix viewership, Stranger Things Season 2 released last night, and it's quite good. I watched a few episodes before I went to sleep. And in my opinion, I think that it's actually, it's basically building up to be better than the first season. Already there was like a couple surprising twists and things at the very beginning that threw me for a loop that I was not expecting at all. It's got new cast members who are great. In particular, Sean Astin. I really like Sean Astin as an actor. Over the years, he's done many different amazing movies like Rudy. He was Samwise Gamgee in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. And here he plays a pretty cool supporting character. One of the main characters, honestly. So, in my opinion, the show's really good. And I've watched a few episodes. I'll be watching more over the week. I'll probably give you my opinions on that season of Stranger Things, the more I watch of it. So, very nice. Okay, so pretty crazy. It's just so much going on today. Today's like the big day of the year. It's nuts how much shit is happening today. I hope you're all having a good day. I hope you're excited to attend all of my big, AAA gameplay streams for the next several, weeks. I mean, let's face it. This whole week will be these 3 games plus the Halloween Marathon, then Call of Duty, then Sonic Forces and Horizon Zero Dawn, then continuing on with all these games. Eventually, I'll get to Need for Speed Payback. Eventually, I'll get to Star Wars Battlefront 2. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much going on right now. It's out of control, honestly. So, I hope you guys are excited. I am. I mean, I'm super excited. For playing all these games. And this is the biggest time of the year for me right now. The past 3 weeks have been really busy with Shadow of War, and then Evil Within 2, and then South Park. But right now is pretty much the prime time for gaming. This is it. So, without further ado, folks, without me beating around the bush, any further, I think what I should do is kind of get to the plugs and get started, because I do want to start playing this game. However, I will say this, the Halloween Horror Marathon is Tuesday, and the patrons are currently voting. There's only 3 days left, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, for the patrons to vote on what games I'll be playing in that marathon. So if you were a patron of mine last month, please vote on what horror games you want to see. I'm going to be playing 3 to 4 games during the stream, depending on, what gets voted in and, how much I like the games. We'll see what gets voted, honestly. But right now, I know for a fact the game that is in the lead is Manhunt, and I've never played Manhunt, never. I heard it's on PS4. If that's the case, that's really cool. I'll download the version that's available on PS4 and play that one. I guess we'll see. But games like Manhunt, Friday the 13th, Call of Cthulhu, Dead by Daylight. What was the other one? There's a 5th one. Because I think there's 5 games that are in the top 5 right now being voted on. I can't remember what the 5th one was. I think one game was tied with Dead by Daylight, but I can't remember which game it was. I really can't remember. Shit. But anyway, yeah, it's stacking up to be a pretty amazing Halloween marathon. I think much better than last year, honestly. So hopefully you will tune in on Tuesday for that. I'm excited for that too. I love Halloween. I've been watching creepy movies, Chucky movies, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all kinds of other stuff, and now I'm watching Stranger Things. All this whole month, I've been watching creepy, horror-related stuff to celebrate Halloween, and it's almost here. Big time of the year, right? Okay. All right, everyone, let's get to the plugs, and then let's get started here, because I got to do some shout-outs, too. A lot of people are cheering here on pre-stream, which I appreciate. Thank you very much. Okay, so, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, Patreon, I got to call this out. It's the 27th of October right now, meaning there's only 4.5 days left for you to pledge to my Patreon for the month of October, okay? Right now, we're about $240. Actually, I think it's $230. I'm not sure. I don't know the exact dollar amount, but we are under the funding goal for the month. Meaning, we need some people to step up and pledge by the end of the month if you want to see a fun PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds marathon event happen either in late November or early December. Okay. I really want to do this event. This is a game that people have been asking me to play for over 3 months, but I've been so busy now with new releases and everything, I just haven't had any time whatsoever to even explore this game. And this is something out of my comfort zone because it's PC exclusive, unless it does release on consoles beforehand, which I will be playing it on console if that's the case. But if not, I'll be playing it on PC, and I'm really excited. You know, it's the top-rated, top-played Steam game right now, and I want to check it out. But I'm so busy with new releases, you know, to take time away would be kind of counterproductive, but if I do it as a celebratory event for Patreon, it makes sense, okay? So please, pledge to my Patreon if you can, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Keep in mind, it's not just about the monthly goal. You also earn cool personal perks for pledging to my Patreon, all right? Including text and verbal thank yous in my videos. In fact, yesterday I released my newest episode of my Q&A show, Ask the King, and I did verbal shout-outs to those who've been doing some pretty significant pledges over the past couple of months. You can get your questions answered on Ask the King, which happened yesterday. In fact, half of the episode yesterday, no lie, was patron questions, and they were really good questions. You can get a private Q&A video made. You get premium forum access. You get all this cool stuff for pledging. So please consider doing so. Keep in mind that your pledges help me to keep doing this on a daily basis. You know, live gameplay streams and on-demand videos on YouTube. They help me pay for things such as the internet, the cost of games, electricity, etc. Okay? So thank you to those who already have pledged to my Patreon. I really do appreciate that. And if you know, you do pledge, keep in mind that, you know, some cool things are coming up. In particular, next month's Patreon goal is going to be a Christmas marathon. Holiday marathon for November is going to be the patron goal. If I hit the goal next month, I'll be doing a big Christmas holiday stream with all, you know, Christmas-themed games. So that's going to be really cool if you're a patron at that point, you know, and you have the premium forum access to be able to vote and nominate on that. That's going to be excellent. So now would be the time to jump in. Make that PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds marathon happen and then get in on the Christmas event right after. Okay? All right. Also, there's my Teespring, where you can get really cool merchandise, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, all kinds of stuff. All, you know, DSP-related themes. All logos designed by viewers and fans. Great stuff. I personally own 4 of the shirts and a mug that you see frequently in my videos. Keep in mind the holidays are right around the corner. So, if you have a friend or a relative who maybe is a fan of mine, or if you know someone who really dislikes me and you want to troll them by sticking a big DSP shirt in their stocking for Christmas morn, give it a look, and keep in mind, anything you buy from my Teespring, I get a pretty sizable commission from. It's pretty decent. So, thank you to all who already have checked out my Teespring. I appreciate it. And then, of course, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, if you are here watching the stream live, you can cheer, sub, and tip at any point during the stream, in which case, if you do, I will give you a live shout-out. In fact, right now, I have a bunch of shout-outs to give already on the pre-stream, which I will in just a moment, okay? If you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button when you do, or if you tip me $2 or more, you'll actually get an on-screen pop-up notification that will, you know, give you both visual recognition, and then I'll be giving you the verbal recognition with the shout-out as well, all right? I'm very appreciative of those who do contribute. And, you know, let's be honest here. With everything that happened this year to me, I'm very happy that people are come out and to support me every single day. You guys and gals are awesome. This has been, in my opinion, this has been the biggest resurgence year for me that I've ever had. Because I decided enough with just focusing on YouTube, which is on its way out. I'm sorry to say it is. For the common person, YouTube is a dying website. And, you know, the future is Twitch for gamers like us. People who are around to really be legitimate gamers, and we're not here to just sit here and advertise to you and do paid fucking shit. You know, I'm here to be a legit gamer and to play games and have fun. And the fact that I focused on streaming primarily this year so that anything else has been tremendously successful. And I'm on the up and up. Every day I'm getting new followers. Every day I'm getting new subs. Every day, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. So please, folks, thank you very much for being here. And thank you for your contributions. I appreciate it. All right? All right. Let's get to the shout-outs, and then we'll get started with the gameplay. So first of all, I got to scroll all the way down here because, ladies and gentlemen, overnight, both Golden Colts and Amos Bro and Jack Spartacus, 3 people, did some cheering overnight when I was not even here. So I want to say thank you to those 3 people for their overnight support. When I'm not even streaming, you guys are cheering. That is awesome. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Shout out to Fire Sakura, who tipped me $1 and said woohoo for remembering to resubscribe for my 2nd month. Well, thank you, Fire Sakura, for the resub. I don't see a pop-up, so maybe you just didn't click the share button, but I actually do get, you know, credit for that. So thank you very much, Fire Sakura. Appreciate that. King of Hypocrisy did a 10-bit cheer and said shout out to Egyptian Eddie Murphy. YOLO Dopper did a 10-bit cheer. He says, you didn't play Star Trek VR because everyone said it was an average score. What? That's not true at all. I didn't play Star Trek VR for 2 reasons. Number 1, because I wasn't convinced that spending $60 on a Star Trek VR game, where you're basically on the bridge of the Enterprise, I guess, was going to go over as something that people were going to want to see consistently on stream. And number 2, keep in mind, this was going on at a time when financially everything was ridiculously tight and I didn't even know, you know, what was going to happen. And I said, you know, I was in the middle of other games. Is it worth $60 to play this VR game that's a gamble? And I answered, I eventually decided no. It had nothing to do with getting average review scores. In fact, I don't even think it did get average review scores. I think it got good review scores. So I have no idea what you're talking about, Yellow Dapper. Shout out to All Fuzz, who subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, All Fuzz, for the sub. I appreciate that. Shout out to Amos Bro, who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, what in the frig were these devs thinking launching 3 games on the same day? God damn. Yeah, I know. It's almost like these game publishers. It's not really the game developers. It's the game publishers. The developers make the games, but it's the people who fund the games, the publishers, who decide things like marketing budget, release date, etc. I almost have to think that these guys still live in a bubble where they ignore everyone else. Because how else would you have 3 big high-profile games on the same day? I just don't understand it. You know? And I understand they want to rush their games out for Christmas. Okay, fair enough. You still think that video games are a kid's industry and kids are going to buy these games for Christmas or whatever. But I don't see how doing it like this is beneficial to anyone. I mean, just face it, this week in particular, there were no games released on this Tuesday. One of these games could have easily released on Tuesday, and it would have at least split it up a little bit. But instead, they all released on Friday. Pfft. Go figure. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Shout out to available username 888 who did a 150-bit cheer and says, pre-ejaculate bits. Wow. Pre-ejaculate bits. Does that mean that there's more ejaculating bits to come? Oh boy. We all better put on our full body condoms, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Jack Spartacus who did a 15-bit cheer. He says, have you seen the Insidious movies? Yes, I've seen both. I actually thought the first Insidious was decent. And I thought the sequel was okay, but not great. I think that the first Insidious movie is much scarier than the second, simply because the villain of the first movie is a more creepy thing, a demon, This in the second movie, the ghost is stupid, in my opinion. But there you have it. Shout out to Laterio, who did a 55-bit cheer. He says, the 3 AAA releases on the same day. Obviously, no one will have trouble keeping up with all these games on stream. Hashtag Nope-tober. Nope-tober. That's right. It's not Broke-tober anymore. It's Nope-tober. It's how the hell do you play all these games at once? It's impossible, right? All right, shout out to 2Bar King, who subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, 2Bar King, for the sub. I appreciate it. Hey Boss Posse did a 500-bit cheer. And he says, oh, a snake. Badger, 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 badger. Wow. It's been a long time since we had a badger, badger, mushroom, snake joke. Holy shit, that is an old-ass internet meme, right? That was from like the mid-2000s. So you're talking 12-plus years old. Mushroom. King of Hypocrisy did a 10-bit cheer, and he says, my friend is a detractor, and I'm buying a DSP-branded thong from Cafe Press for his stocking. Well, there you go. If you really want to troll him, put the Cafe Press DSP-branded thong inside of his mom's stocking. There you go. That'll put some red on his face. And put on it from your son. Label it from your son. Oh, man. Well, there you go. That'll get him. That's how it's done. Also, shout out to Marky Mark, who did a 10-bit cheer to argue with me, because he loves to do this. He says, YouTube is nowhere near a dying website. It's just not viable for content creators to make a full-time living off of it anymore. Alright, I added a little bit of alliteration there. But I disagree. It's not true at all. YouTube is a dying website. Ever since earlier this year, when the advertisers left, okay, and then they started demonetizing videos, what you're seeing is people who are creative and people who want to continue to get noticed for being creative, but simply put, don't have a high production budget, are saying, this isn't viable anymore. I can't do this anymore. Gamers in droves are leaving the website and saying, fuck this. I'm not going to deal with this bullshit anymore. I'm going to Twitch. How many people, number one, have gone to Twitch and focused on Twitch this year instead of YouTube? And number two, have opened a Patreon, right? It's dying. I don't care what you say, you know, you're wrong. It is. It's slowly killing itself. And it's hilarious because last night, YouTube released this big press release. And they said, we have a big update, ladies and gentlemen. It's positive news. Thanks to all of your feedback over the past, like, several months since we started the demonetization algorithm process, we're now going to institute changes to the algorithm. And therefore, between the hours of 2:30 p.m. Thursday and 2:30 a.m. Friday, you should now see a 30% decrease in the amount of videos that get demonetized automatically on YouTube. And everyone laughed, and they're like, well, are you kidding me? So here's what you do. Instead of realizing the algorithm that you created is garbage, and it's literally mass flagging everyone's videos for demonetization with no good reason, instead of turning it off and figuring out another logical way to fucking do it, let's just keep using the same algorithm we know is broken and just tweak a little thing here or there and pray for the best. I mean, right? The house is on fire. Let's not put out the fire and start another, you know, do something else. Instead, let's just keep the fire burning, but we'll just negate it. We'll throw ice cubes at it. They're fucking idiots. It's hilarious because yesterday I released my Ask the King Q&A show, which I do every other month. It was 3 parts. 3 parts, Ask the King, okay? Guess what? Out of 3 parts of Ask the King, 2 were demonetized. Yes, ladies and gents, 2 videos where all I do is answer your questions, and none of the answers had anything to do with anything controversial or anything about YouTube. Nothing. Demonetized. So, 1 video out of the 3 wasn't demonetized. So is this the 30% improvement that YouTube's talking about? Oh, 1 out of 3 videos you upload will not get demonetized. That's improvement. No. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. I'm serious. I can't stand the website anymore. I try to spend as little time on YouTube as possible. I upload the videos, I put thumbnails and add them to playlist, and I'm like, just go. And it's funny, it's actually funny, because in September, early September, I made the executive decision that I was going to, on DSPGaming, turn off comments. And I thought, man, this could be the end of DSPGaming, but at this point, the comments are only used by detractors to say nasty stuff, to be in their own videos and circle jerk each other. I wonder what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen 0 decline in views since I turned off comments on DSPGaming. So you know what that means? It means that the website is no longer used for any kind of social networking or any kind of interaction at all. People just go there, watch videos, and leave. And that's sad, because it used to be this website where people felt like they were at home to network with people and interact with people and have all kinds of positive stuff. And the website has degraded into filth because YouTube executives and YouTube staff don't actually do any fucking work. All they do is they write algorithms. That's it. They write an algorithm and they let it automate itself, and they don't even do any work. It's like, what the fuck did they do all day? Seriously, I'd love to know what they do. Because, you know, while they're going up and down their fucking slides and eating pomegranates and doing fucking meditation and Pilates and shit, instead of actually doing something at their fucking desks, the whole website's garbage. And it's falling apart. And it's a joke. It's so sad, because this is the website that I got noticed on. This is why I'm able to live stream these new releases and have fun with you guys, right? It's why I have a following. And they have destroyed their own fucking business from the ground up because they're all inept at what they do. So stupid. It's so disheartening. Because here I am in 2017, you know, in 2008, right? When I started on YouTube, did I ever think that I would be, you know, do this for a living? No. But did I ever think that YouTube would fall apart the way that it has from the ground up? No. It's ridiculous. Anyway, all that being said, folks, it is what it is. I'm happy that I was able to focus on Twitch this year instead of YouTube. My Twitch is on the up and up. My Twitch is growing, has not plateaued at all. I'm seeing more and more people, you know, attend the streams, more and more people contributing. It's really good. So thank you for that, folks. And that's really, honestly, all I care about at this point. You know, YouTube at this point is an archive for me, because I can't continue to focus on YouTube when they're destroying their own business. I can't. And, you know, I'm not going to abandon those who've been longtime fans and viewers of mine on YouTube. I'll continue to upload videos there, but there's no way I can have that be a focus for me when, you know, I can't even support what the management and what they're doing with the business is just a joke. Okay. And shout out to Skeleton Bits, who did a 25-bit cheer, and he says, "Here comes a Chinese earthquake." What? I don't even know what that means. Did China have earthquakes? Maybe they did. If they did, I have no idea. Maybe it's supposed to be meant to be an insensitive insult at China. I have no idea. But it kind of went right over my head because I don't understand what it's a reference to. Okay, then. All right, everybody. So, again, thank you very much for your contributions. If you do cheer, sub, or tip, I'll give you a shout out. Thank you very much. I think it's time to get started. What do you guys think? No? Keep talking? All right. Forget it. No talking. I mean, no playing, just talking. All right. All right, everybody. It's time, folks. It's time to play Assassin's Creed Origins. Let's get started. Sound good? All right. All right, here we go. Let's see what it's about.